What's good, everybody? Welcome back. I don't even know what to call it. What 5 star? What is it? Football with 5 star? Football Fridays with 5 star?
Hey man, Skee Profit and 5 Star in Vegas. The homies are back, man. Shout out to the chat. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shout out to everyone who watched the Wagering World 2 yesterday and were able to catch some, plays on. Excuse me, was that Wednesday? Today's Friday, so Wednesday, Wednesday to watch the Wagering World and got some winners as well.
Yeah, we got T-Matt in the chat right here.
Yeah.
He says, thanks, Five, for the 3 free wins last night.
Hey man, it's all love, man. I'm glad you tuned in. Keep tuning in. Guys that hit me on the group aspect about joining the private group. Hey man, I know everyone can't afford to get in the group, and that's cool. That's why I make sure to do these shows. I keep it a little small knit community where we all just showing love and we're giving our plays, and rocking out with Skee's group, my group, Jay Money's group, and just, my homies, man, and all of their followers, so that everyone who can't afford to jump in, you're still getting some of the plays, man. You can still get to the windows, because I do these shows, man, simply for the community, because Skee, we don't have to do these. We can just go to the window, stay low key, and we get money, but we want to give back, man. We never forget about where we're from. We never forget all of the people, from the hood. We do this for y'all, man.
you know what your saying is?
Yeah.
For the underground.
You know it. The underground and the underdog. That's what we do it for, man. And also, it's always us versus the machine. We got to beat this AI.
All the time.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to it. We got a few games to talk about, a handful. I know one that I'm going to have a lot more to say on than others, but we got my guy right here. He's going to take care of us. So,
yeah.
We got one today, and that looks like...
Two, actually, today.
Two today.
Yeah, Tarleton's today and Baylor.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
we got two today. Let's get it. So first up, we'll go. First game starts at 3 p.m. Pacific. Got about a little less than 3 hours. Tarleton State and Army. It opened up 14.5. I'm seeing it dropping. I'm seeing mostly 14s out there.
Yeah.
And the total went down from 51.5 to 47.5. If I know you, I know you're not looking at no total. So
no.
It's either going to be, I think you would fade Army.
Yeah.
Let the people know why you faded Army.
What did you just say? We do it for the underground and the underdogs. It's a real sports bettor, man. You're going to learn over time. You always want to take points when you can get them, when they're made available by the books. It's hard enough to get to the window already. So you don't want to be giving away points unless it's a clear advantage in talent. And in this one, I don't. Now, Bryson Daly was still the quarterback for Army. I might be looking for the other side, man, because Bryson Daly was a beast, man. He was a one-man wrecking crew at Army, but he's gone now. Senior Dwayne Coleman takes over as the quarterback. He didn't get much done last year. He was 11 of 16 for 121 yards, 1 touchdown passing. He ran about 38 times for 136 yards in the score. I don't think that he's as big as a threat in the running game as Daly was. Daly was a beast, man. So I think that Tarleton, with the type of defense that they have, they're stout. As long as they stay disciplined, they can keep this game within the number. They have a senior quarterback coming back, Victor Gabales. He runs that offense pretty well. It's a very simple offense, actually, man. They probably run 3 to 5 plays, but they run them really well. Their running back who had transferred in got hurt in the first quarter last week against Portland State, and they replaced him with a redshirt freshman, Trey Page. I was so ticked off texting the group because we had Tarleton first half minus 9.5 last week. And they started out really slow. They had a couple touchdowns that were taken back because of silly penalties and stuff like that. But the running back got in, a new kid, Trey Page, and he was running kind of, timid, tiptoeing. Well, I guess he made an adjustment and said, man, let me play ball. And when he did, he took off. He carried 15 times for 170 yards, bust the game open for us in the second quarter. He had an 89-yard run. He also had 2 other touchdowns. And Page was named the National Offensive Player of the Week in the FCS, man. 8th time in 15 games span that Tarleton State has had a running back surpass 150 yards. So you know that they like to run the ball. You know that they're going to come with their game plan and they're going to stick to it. Their coach, Todd Whitten, has been there for a pretty long time. He's been with the school since '96 when they were Division II, but he left for a little while, getting other jobs and trying other positions at major colleges as a coordinator. But overall, man, he had a really good record there. He was 40-18, and he also made those teams get to the playoffs twice, man. They were in the Division II playoffs at the time. Defensively, they had a shutout last week. I know they were playing Portland State, but if you watch the game, which I did, Portland State isn't the most talented team, but they are a decent team, and it's hard to shut out anyone, especially in college football. They were able to get the win 42-0. Ty Rawls had a big game for them. He matched his whole season's total of interceptions just in that one game last week. He had 7 career takeaways. He also was a second-team all-conference player last year for them. I think he's going to be huge. He plays that little hybrid safety linebacker position, and I think that he's going to be the one covering the pitch man and kind of stopping what Army does. Another thing to look for, Tarleton should be more crisp than Army because they already played a game this year, So with that said, the confidence of 42-0. I know that Army is good. They have one of the better coaches that we have in college football in Jeff Monk, and he's done a great job there. 12 years, impressive record of 82 wins and 57 losses. He brings a lot of culture and discipline to Army, but I just think that that's too many points, 2 touchdowns. Tarleton has some really speedy receivers on the outside, and I think that they can get on top of Army. We know that Army is going to run the ball, and they can drag you out, and they can get, real slow bleed sometimes if they're converting these 4th downs and getting you in short situations. But I just think that Tarleton's defense will be able to stop them enough times for us to stay within the number. And I also think that their passing game, the receivers will get loose a couple times because Army doesn't recruit really heavy. It's mostly guys who want to be a part of the military to join, so they don't have a lot of speed on the back end. I think Tarleton State keeps it within the 14 points.
You're making it sound good. I'll tell you that. I don't know anybody on either one of these teams, but I understood everything you were saying. And we'll see if you sound like you don't think Army will be able to run away and win this one by a few touchdowns.
No, I hope so. It boils down to Tarleton stopping the run, and they've proven over the years that they are really good at stopping the run.
Well, let's see them do it again here one more time today. All right, let's keep going. We got another game up next. And like you said, it is today. So let me get to that one. Auburn and Baylor.
Yeah.
It opened -2.5 for Auburn. I see it coming down now. It's a few different numbers out there. 1.5, 1. But what I'll say is, from what I was reading, and first of all, what I remember about Auburn, I think that if they had the same quarterback as last year, he was sorry.
They replaced it with another sorry quarterback.
All right, well then Baylor returned pretty much most of their players. They returned their quarterback, returned their running back, their top wide receiver, 4 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
So it sounds like continuity favors Baylor at home. That's how you do this game?
Oh, yeah. You own it. He's one of the best handicappers in the world just because of picking up things like that. We hadn't even discussed this game, and that's kind of like the way I'm going on it. It's just continuity for Baylor on offense that's big. Also, I don't know if you guys watched the Wagering World, but I also gave out the quarterbacks that I wanted to bet on and the quarterbacks that I want to fade. And one of the quarterbacks I want to fade is the quarterback now for Auburn, and that's Jackson Arnold, man. Seen him a lot, man, and he's a little undersized. He's not, he called him Arnold Jackson. It's Jackson Arnold, but never trust a man with 2 last names or 2 first names. So his name is Jackson Arnold, man. And he has the problem with Jackson Arnold is he's undersized. He doesn't do anything, really well. He's kind of like a great value version of Baker Mayfield, you could tell he looked up to Baker and wanted to be like him, but he doesn't have the arm strength that he had, and he doesn't have the playmaking ability. Started 4 games for Oklahoma, ended up getting benched last year for a freshman, so that tells you, what they thought about him. So he transfers over there to Hugh Freeze. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but me and Hugh Freeze had a real beef going on Twitter last year. We was going at it because maybe 2 years ago, whatever year Malik Willis came out, so maybe that was 2 or 3 years ago. Malik Willis was at Liberty with him, and I was like, Malik Willis isn't going to do good in the NFL because Hugh Freeze finds me and, well, look at these awards that he won. And he gets the name and all the stuff that Malik accomplished, and I was like, he accomplished it because of talent. It wasn't anything that you did. You run a one-read offense. You're holding up cards from the sideline. You're not preparing your quarterbacks to be professionals. And I think that it kind of proved that I was right with that, with Malik Willis coming to the league and struggling until he got to Green Bay and got a real coach at Matt LaFleur to teach him how to play quarterback, man. I do not like Hugh Freeze's offense. He has Derek Nixon as the OC, but that's just for name and show. They're going to be running Hugh Freeze's offense, and it's the basic going to be the RPOs. That's what he likes to run, man. And they do have some talent now. Like Cam Coleman, he's going to play on Sundays. He's a boss. Like the one receiver that's coming back as a freshman last year. And if not for the great receivers at Alabama and Ohio State, you probably would have heard more about Cam Coleman because he's a really good player. They also got Eric Singleton in from Georgia Tech. He could play as well, but I'm not trusting Hugh Freeze. He's 11-14 at Auburn. They've only went to one bowl game. I just can't trust him to get it done, especially on the road against a really solid team in Baylor. Baylor has Dave Aranda as the coach. He used to be the defensive coordinator, for LSU. He's a defensive-minded guy, but Baylor's struggles have mostly been on defense. So what they did this year is they went and loaded up in the transfer portal on defensive players, and I think that they have enough over there to slow Auburn down enough. But we do, as we spoke about earlier, we know that, hey, Baylor's going to come to play on offense, man. They got some real stars on offense, starting with Sawyer Robertson, his second year under OC Jake Spotterville. Jake Spotterville used to be a head coach. He probably will get a head coaching position again. He was also the OC at A&M before. He's a really good coach, man. And they like to put up points. As Skee said, 8 starters returning. Most importantly, 4 offensive linemen. That's huge for any team. The quarterback, both starting wide receivers, and they also had their star running back, Bryson Washington. Bryson Washington had the best freshman year of any running back in the history of Baylor. I expect him to have a big game tonight. He went for 1,028 yards and 12 touchdowns last year. Also, keep your eyes on a kid named Jaden Porter. He has all the skills to be a superstar in the Big 12. So give me the home dog, man. It's a short number. I'm going with Baylor +2. I just do not trust Hugh Freeze.
Hey, it makes sense to me. Everything you said, things I'm seeing, makes sense to get to the window with Baylor. Let's keep it going. Scheme Lindsay says, does Baylor still have that number 34 wide receiver? I don't know if you're talking about Josh Cameron.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, he's a baller. He's a playmaker.
All right, let's get to one that
somebody said we're on the Buffs +5.
On the Buffs.
Yeah. Oh. He went down to 3.5 now. We caught it at 5, Gary, earlier in the week. Let's hope that the number stays where it's at, because the books are gonna hate on Prime. If it's too much public money on Prime, they're gonna lose. But as long as we stay where we're at right now in talent and in coaching, I like Prime on that game as well.
All right. Next up, we got probably the biggest game of the weekend, right? We're going Texas and Ohio State.
Okay.
And some movement on this one. It did open -2.5, I believe.
Yeah.
Just get there. Saturday. So many games. You got to scroll. Open -3 for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Now -1 or pick 'em. Man, Texas is my team.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not biased. Like I'll call it how it is. I cap this team week in and week out, probably for the past 3 years, I'll say at least minimum.
Yeah.
And what I know about this team is, one, as a fan, thank God Quinn Ewers is gone, because he is terrible.
Yeah.
I like Arch, but I don't know. Arch ain't had. It's a tough ass to go into Horseshoe for this opener.
Yeah.
So, and you're doing it with, I'm pretty sure one of their offensive linemen got hurt. I know they inexperienced wide receivers too. Like, it's a tough ask for Archie to go in there and win this game, but they talking like he can walk on water.
Yeah.
I'm curious if that's, are you looking at this Texas side? Do you think they deserve, why are they number 1 in underdog? Why did they come out as an underdog? That's what stands out to me.
Texas money. Texas is always going to have a good team. Shout out my boy VY. That's one of my good homies back in the H. The thing about this one, I'm not going to buy into the hype. The thing that the media loves to do is get you on one side. And Skee and I have been talking about this game all summer, right?
Yeah.
We've been talking about this game all summer. And the problem that I have with them already crowning Arch as king and making him the Heisman Trophy favorite is this. Last season, Texas had its best team in years since VY and that squad went and won the national championship against USC. Do you honestly think that Steve Sarkisian is going to love Quinn Ewers or care so much about the NIL paying him that he says, you know what? I know we can win the championship with Arch if we put him in. But we're going to leave Quinn Ewers in because the NIL is going to get on my road. No, man, stop it. If you watched Arch last year, he has a long way to go in the passing game, man. He has a long way to go. What he does bring, though, is a lot of mojo and confidence to that team. The team loves him as a guy. He's a guy's guy, so they like to play with him. He's going to run around, but is his speed so much that, you know, he's going to be able to outrun Ohio State defenders? I don't think so. Ohio State recruits just like Texas does. It's disrespectful to the national champions to be treated the way that the public is treating them on this game, saying they don't have a chance. They had the best player in all of college football in Jeremiah Smith. It's no one that he's head and shoulders. If the draft could start right now and he could come out as a sophomore, he'd be the number one pick. So you got him, and then right beside him is Carnell Tate. People don't even pay attention to him. Carnell Tate is also a killer receiver. We got to see if their young quarterback is ready for the moment. We know that, but look what Ryan Day was able to do with Will Howard. Will Howard is one of the worst quarterbacks to come through Ohio State, and they still were able to get it done because no matter whether you go back, Ryan Day's been there a long time. Before he was the head coach, he was the OC. So it doesn't matter if you go back to guys like Troy Smith, who were dual threat guys and won the Heisman under him, or you go to C.J. Stroud, who's now the Texas quarterback. It doesn't matter the type of quarterback. Ryan Day is a brilliant mind on offense, and he's going to be able to highlight the strengths on that offensive side and move the ball. They're at the Horseshoe. You know the crowd is going to be rocking and rolling. Just a bad atmosphere for Arch to come in for his first game. And as I said, if he was all that like they're saying, he would have started last year, bro, when they had an opportunity to win the title. Quinn Ewers was clearly the better quarterback. He operated the offense much better than Arch, and Arch is going to have to go through some growing pains. The Manning name, I feel like the Mannings are everything they try to make the Sanders. Like Archie Manning was garbage. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I watched the Saints. He was after me, like after my time, but he was the reason they were wearing paper bags, and everybody just feels so sorry for old Archie Manning. He's giving it his all, and he's getting tore up every game. But the Saints sucked, and he had a horrible record. Peyton Manning was a good quarterback because he was highly intelligent. He could coach from the field. But what was Peyton known for? Big games, he sucked, including at Tennessee. That's why they didn't win the national championship when he was at Tennessee. They won the following year with T. Martin. Then you look at Eli Manning. Eli Manning was just at Ole Miss. His whole career is based on two great passes or two lucky passes, depending on how you want to judge them, that happened in the Super Bowl and him being able to beat the GOAT, Tom Brady. The Mannings are more hyped than the Sanders have ever been, you know, but they're not going to say that because the people that control the media love the Mannings. So I just think that Arch is going to have a real big bullseye on his back, especially this game. Some teams, they're going to just be more talented than. We know the Texas guys, great skill position players. So they're going to be able to just run the ball on some teams and throw the ball on some teams. But I haven't seen Ohio State get manhandled in the trenches. Michigan was the only team that really got at them in the trenches. One thing that I will be careful about, Jim Knowles was a hell of a defensive coordinator for Ohio State. They led the country in so many categories last year, and he's gone to Penn State. But they do have Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia was not a good head coach, but he was a good DC with the Patriots. And I think that his schemes and his complex defenses are going to give Arch Manning a lot of problems when it comes to obvious passing downs. The only way that Texas wins this game is staying ahead on the chains. That means running the ball effectively. If Ohio State shuts down the run, which I think they will, and get them in third and longs, we're going to see an ugly, ugly game. Watch for Caleb Downs to get an interception. He's the best defensive back. Alabama is at Ohio State. Jim Thorpe, candidate for sure, probably going to win it. I like everything about this guy. Everything points to Ohio State for me and Ryan Day. And also, just to throw this last tidbit in, Steve Sarkisian in this era at Texas is 1-6 straight up and 2-5 against the spread as a dog.
A lot to unpack in there. I want to before I forget. I mean, you said I forget exactly the way you put it, but pretty much, if Texas is gonna win,
Nicholas Amy, I didn't mean to cut you off. Nick, you always DMing me. You talk to me. Since you believe that we can make a bet, you and I, for $1,000 on that game, just DM me.
Oh man. All right. Well, I was saying,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good, man. Oh, you said if Texas gonna win, they're gonna have to run the ball.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, do you think they're gonna come out and be more like I'm thinking from a total perspective?
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna come out more and play conservative and try to, ease them into the game? Like, do you think the first half will be the lower scoring half, and then after halftime they might be more comfortable?
Arch isn't an accurate quarterback. See, that's the problem with him. Unless he's done a lot to tailor his game, he's always been more athleticism than precision passer. He's not he struggles with completing balls, man. So they're gonna see. Like, I love it. People, I like that people allow ESPN and Fox to gauge the way they think about games. They buy into hype. I just watch football. I'm a Texas fan. Like, I got some close homies that went to Texas. I love UT. So I'm not gonna just go against them just to be contrarian. You know what I mean? Everything points to me in this game with Ryan Day to me being better at having his young quarterback ready for this game in this moment than for Arch to be. It's just a lot of pressure on him. Now, what Texas needs to do is get up early. If they get up early, as I said, and they can run the ball early down, that's fine. They'll be okay, but I don't see it happening that way, man.
So would you agree the best units on the field for this game are the defenses, not the offenses?
I wouldn't say that, because out of all of the units on the field, I'm sure it's parts of Texas's defense that are elite, because they're gonna always get the best athletes from that Houston area, from that Dallas area, which is just swimming with talent. But I know proven the best probably group of either team is the wide receiver group for Ohio State.
All right, fair enough. My guy Jay Cash says, I'll be in Vegas in November, Skee. 5-star ran off last time like I was bringing the jank during March Madness.
Jay, hey, man, it wasn't personal, man. I have a lot of mortgage money on this stuff, man, so I had to get somewhere where I could chill. I couldn't entertain at the time, man. And when I see y'all want to chop it up, smoke one, and chill, but I was working, man, so apologies. I'll see you in November.
No, that's my guy right there. He already know what it is. We all trying to get to the bag. We got one more game to try to get to the bag, and that is Syracuse and Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know shit about neither one of these teams. So let me just get to the openers here. For Tennessee, they opened minus 12.5. Now it's up to 14. Total did come down quite a bit. So it seems like Tennessee's defense is expected to suffocate Syracuse.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what you're looking at?
Well, when I initially made this play with Syracuse at plus 14, the market was even. If it gets too far with people buying into Syracuse, I gave it out this morning on ESPN 97.5, and man, the market has increased because it's some guys in Houston that unload. So hopefully it can get back to where we get some of the squares from the weekend coming in and betting just the name that they know, and things can kind of, get back to the middle, because long as 60-40, 50-50, it's okay to turn to just football. If it becomes just football, then I do like Syracuse with the points. The reason is Josh Heupel, don't get me wrong, great coach, best we've seen in Rocket Top in a while. He's kind of revived their program. They've won 30 games over the past 3 seasons, made it to the college football playoffs last year where they were slaughtered by Ohio State. But Heupel, he's known for getting his quarterbacks to play well. I don't know if he can do so with this guy, Joey Aguilar. I watched a lot of his games with Appalachian State because I bet a lot of mid-major football. And he made that program kind of drop a notch, man, because he turns the ball over too much. really loose with the ball. He wasn't recruited out of high school by anyone. He ended up playing at Diablo Valley Junior College. From there, he goes to Appalachian State and gets an opportunity to play. Also, he missed the spring workouts as well. So we're going to have to see a miracle from Josh Heupel in order to get this kid ready to play because he's so loose with the ball. He plays kind of frantic, and I actually listed him as one of my quarterbacks to fade on my show. I think that was Monday when I talked about the quarterbacks that I liked and the quarterbacks that I'd fade. He was one of them. A lot of pressure playing for Tennessee, man. It's a big program. This is a big game in Atlanta. A lot of eyes is going to be on it. No longer do they have Dylan Sampson to lean on. He's gone to the pros. All their top wide receivers for Tennessee are gone. They're thin at the skill position as a whole. So I don't know, man. It's going to be hard. Meanwhile, you got Syracuse. They won 10 games a season ago. That was the first time they had double-digit victories since 2018. I'm a big fan of the coach, Fran Brown. He's one of those guys on the come up. Great recruiter. A lot of different tactics to motivate his team, but they usually work, man. And he's just the guy I think that's going to have the Orangemen ready to play on this stage. Well, excuse me, it's the Orange now. It's politically correct. I think the Orange men represented like Native Americans, so they stopped going by that. So they're the Orange now. What I don't know, and the only thing that scares me about this game, you said Tennessee's defense, they're always going to have athletes on the defensive side. I don't know much about Steve Angeli, who's the quarterback for Syracuse that came over from Notre Dame. That's the only thing that scares me about this game. But just looking at it as a whole with everything that Syracuse lost, and just from a football standpoint, forget the handicapping part of it. I just don't think that Joey Aguilar is a good quarterback. So I'm going to fade him in a situation like this, especially when you got a team like Syracuse that's known for turning people over defensively. That's what they do. They go get the ball. So I'm going to stick with my play and take Syracuse plus 14. I'll be really, really public on this one, which is rare, but I got to trust my football on this one.
Man. I ain't laughing at the football.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at that was good stuff. Good breakdown.
Thank you, the chat.
No, I'm laughing at the side because you would say my girl, Pagula.
Yeah.
She did end up winning today.
Yeah, she smacked. But you see, my girl Vandrasova, shout out to all of the Wager World members. Shout out to my private group that I gave them. As soon as Vandrasova went down, like she was down facing a break point in the first game, I gave our first set at plus 190 and for the match at plus 150. So we're able to hit that. I also got live going for people who listen on ESPN 97.5. I had Rebecca, that was easy. I had her times Ann Lee. You know, we've been winning with Ann Lee.
She been hot.
Yeah, she playing little Priscilla Hahn. She should 2 over, but, you know, I'm just taking the money line with Rebecca, so we did that already. So good morning on tennis. Tennis has been really good to us.
Man, I'm going to pick up the tennis for the U.S. Open in this next round, I think.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you like to get in there battle when it's 132.
I'm taking Taylor Townsend. I already told you, I'm taking Taylor Townsend against Lil Mirror. That's too much money. Plus 440. Come on, man.
She lit right now.
Bro, plus 440. No way. Like, Mirror's still a kid. And my main basis for that handicap would sometimes, guys, you don't have to win a bet for it to be a good bet. It's a such thing as value plays as well, where you can live with the results because it's a good investment, man. And I just think that Taylor Townsend is a good investment because we saw Andreeva before when the crowd's against him. We know the crowd's going to be heavy with Taylor Townsend at the U.S. Open. Mira Andreeva folded against Musty. You know, Miss Musty at the French Open. Boyson, Louis Boyson. She folded at the French Open when the crowd got against her. She's still a young girl.
She ain't been that good since like March.
Well, Mira Andreeva is everything that people who hate on Coco try to make her. You know, she's a girl who doesn't do a lot of stuff really well. But on the other side, you got Coco, who's won 2 Grand Slams. Yeah, she got the yips on her serve right now. But besides that, she's one of the best defensive players in tennis, probably the best. You know, she got great court coverage, great backhand. The two-handed backhand she can put anywhere she wants. She struggles with the forehand. But Andreeva, she's a baseline hitter. She doesn't move that well. You know, so I'm going with Taylor Townsend. I think she can get it done.
Hey, she been playing. She in her groove right now. I tell you that. So definitely when you want her.
Yep.
Good stuff. I Yes, it might be time for me to step in there on this tennis actually. So I'll take a look at it, see if I jump
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
it's some good matches. There's Haddad Maya and Sakura play tonight, or is it tomorrow?
That's tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, okay.
Yeah.
Coco looking good now. Fred, she gonna mow her. She'll mow Fred.
Minus
Osaka gonna mow Costakina.
For real?
Yeah, she gonna mow her. Costakina can't serve good enough to hold a serve against Osaka.
I don't trust Osaka for that.
Now, against Costakina, you can. I think that Osaka has an opportunity. I haven't looked at the draw, like who plays who and all that, but I think Osaka is gonna get deep into this one. You know, the U.S. Open is her favorite major. She's won it multiple times. You know, so that's I want to say she went back to back winning it before she had the baby and stuff. And I think that everything that happened with her in Canada is kind of making her. You know, we criticized her. She ticked me off for not, you know, saying anything to the young lady who looked up to her and won. Yeah. But I think it's giving her an edge now. Not only did the loss give her an edge, but I think it's giving her an edge. Like, screw people. I'm just, you know, like stop trying to play humble, Osaka. You out there you're the only Nike athlete that the intent is. Look at Sav. Sav's number one, and she's wearing kits that everybody wear. Osaka making her own kits, bro. Like they're spending thousands and thousands of dollars making her these prom dresses anytime she wants, you know, because she's still their biggest athlete. She's a diva, and she needs to go and accept that, man, and stop trying to play humble and be aggressive, and, you know, be who you are. So I think that she's going to have a really good tournament. Krejcikova's coming up. I think that she wins the first set against Navarro.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that Krejcikova. Now they might end up going 3, but I still think Krejcikova figures out Navarro.
The one time I ain't watched Krejcikova a lot. I know you be on her, but the one time
I won so much money with Krejcikova. I was with her when she won the French Open and with her when she won Wimbledon. She used to be a really good doubles player. She was number one in the world in doubles with Senakova for a long time, and then suddenly she started trusting herself on singles. Great shot maker. She knows how to put the ball at crazy angles. When she's right, she can put the ball in some difficult angles for people. Kind of reminds me of who was that? Like Davenport when she used to be good at being able to hit the back line. She's really good at that. Krejcikova used to wear like long tights. When she started winning, she got sexy, took the tights off and kind of fell off, man. She started showing her legs, but yeah, I like Krejcikova a lot, man.
I'm just glancing at one more thing real quick. I seen one more thing that caught my eye. I think that where is it at? Oh yeah, that's who's getting mowed tomorrow.
Oh, Siegman we gotta see the head to head because Siegman with them long soccer socks, she's sneaky, bro. She's sneaky. You better check the head to head out. If she didn't look, oh yeah, she done looked at her before.
She got her the last time.
Yeah, but they went 2-1 twice or 2-0. I'm telling you, Siegman not to be, and that was at the Australian Open this year. So that's hard court, fast courts. Alexandrova cannot be trusted again. I wouldn't bet her against anybody. And a lot of times I know she gonna win. I still don't bet her because she a head case. You know, she one of those ones who get down on herself, and when she does, she's missing all types of easy layups that she's supposed to complete on +1. She's spraying them, and you know, too many errors. So, yeah.
All right, good stuff on the tennis. I ain't even gonna bring up your other one because I know that's gonna be your play.
What's
for real? I'm gonna leave it. We go smoke and talk about
it. Okay. Hey man, we got stuff to do, man. I only got 2 hours and 15 minutes till the first game starts at 3. We appreciate you guys. I'm not doing the Waging World today because when you're your own boss, you can do that. You guys got any questions? Don't feel free to DM me, man.
Yeah, Dia says, okay, 5-star be watching tennis. He the one who got me watching this shit. So,
bro, I like. Don't y'all think I just be talking?
All right, good shit. Yeah, good to be back with you.
You too, brother.
Everybody in the chat, we'll be doing this every week like we used to do last year. So if you want some free winners, you know where to find them. If you want to be in my guys group, hit him up on Twitter. You see if he don't like to mess with everybody, but
you might get denied. It's not personal because I give out plenty of free plays on here and on the Waging World.
And then whatever I do, you guys know you can get my stuff at Wagertalk. So catch you guys again next week. I'm actually going to do a show. I'm going to do System Saturday tomorrow on this channel. So we'll see if we can talk some winners out. Until then, peace.